Welcome back to Knockout Rituals. Hope everybody doing good, having a good day, man. Hey, man, if you new to the channel, hit the sub button right quick for you, boy. And check this out, man. We have breaking news. Apparently, Frank Martin and Shakur Stevenson are in negotiations right now for a fight to be made November 16th in Las Vegas. Now, that is big news for two reasons, man. Two reasons. One, nobody really wants to fight Shakur Stevenson. You know what I mean? He has trouble finding opponents that are willing to get in the ring with him. Now, he took out Oscar Valdez. He fought Jamel Herring. You know what I'm saying? He got a few notable names under his belt, but a lot of these big fights that we want, like the main fight people want to see is him and Devin Haney or him and Tank. Man, these fights are hard to get made, but this right here could be something big, man. As you know, 2023 has been probably, man, the biggest year in boxing since I've been alive. And I'm kind of old, you feel me? Like, I done been through these decades of watching great fights all in the 90s and the 2000s and the 2010s, and I can't really speak on the 80s because I was a baby in the 80s, you know what I mean? But yes, sir, man, this could really end the year on a high note. Frank Martin and Shakur Stevenson. Let me tell you what I think about this fight, man. I would love to watch this fight. Hopefully this gets finalized. Shakur Stevenson is super skilled. I don't got to say much on him. You already know. But if you were casual, you might not know much about Frank Martin. Trains up under Derrick James. Frank Martin is very explosive, very quick, very shifty. He has good in and out movement. Think about Manny Pacquiao back in the day. What did Manny do best? He could hop in and then hop back out. Get in and get out. Real fast hands, real fast combinations. You know what I'm saying? I like this dude's footwork. He's real quick. He's good defensively so far. Haven't really seen Frank Martin with that marquee fight, though. Not yet. He has no notable names under his belt, really. The last dude he fought was like a former Olympian, so he was really good. And if you remember, you know what I'm saying? I mean, this was a very recent fight, like a couple weeks ago. Frank Martin got gunshot. He wasn't letting his hands go because he respected the man's power and he didn't want to get caught with something while marching in. So he was a little reluctant to let his hands go because he didn't want to get caught, hurt, knocked out, and he couldn't get his timing down. That could be problematic if he feels like that when he's in there with Shakur. Shakur has exceptionally high ring IQ. And despite Frank Martin being older than Shakur, right? Okay, he's a few years older. He's like 28 years old. He's less experienced than Shakur. Why? Because Frank Martin didn't start boxing until he was like 18. He was almost a grown man. He was old enough to go fight in the military. Old enough to go buy cigarettes, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is. He was old enough to go enroll in college. That's when he first stepped foot in the boxing gym. It's kind of like Deontay Wilder. Wilder didn't start training until he was like 19. So he was a little less skilled than his peers. You know what I mean? As far as the ring IQ wise, Wilder was learning on the fly. Frank Martin isn't like that. He's still very skilled, okay? He has good ring IQ. I'm just saying Shakur Stevenson is a bit more skilled, a bit more experienced. Shakur Stevenson, like most of these guys, has been fighting since he was a kid. In 2016, Shakur Stevenson was already fighting in the Olympics. The guy was like 16 years old. Frank Martin is 16 years old, had never stepped foot in a boxing gym yet. You see the difference? But anyways, man, I will watch this fight. I'm ready for this fight. Hopefully it gets made. They are in negotiations. If it gets done, the fight will happen just a few months off, right around the corner, all right? You know what I mean? We'll be getting ready for Thanksgiving and the holidays. Boom, we got an excellent fight on our hands. I do got Shakur Stevenson winning by decision, not by stoppage, by decision. I got him out pointing Frank Martin and setting a lot of traps. Okay, good at setting traps. Shakur trains and spars with Terrence Crawford. Okay, so there's a lot of information and knowledge being exchanged right there. You know what I mean? Getting passed down. So Shakur, he can bait you in. He can make you walk this way. Then all of a sudden, when you react, Shakur's not standing there anymore. He hits you when you don't see the punch coming, yada, yada, yada. But you can't sleep on Frank Martin. He's very explosive once he lets his hands go. You can see that in his last fight. Once he got to letting his hands go, it's like the man was getting sucked into a blender, the former Olympian. He even got his eye collected. I think he broke his orbital. If he didn't, he really impacted his eye badly if he didn't break it. Anyways, man, you let me know who you got winning, and are you excited for this fight if it gets made? It's Knockout Rituals, baby. Hit the sub button. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace.